Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition. Now, here's your host, Timothy Carter.
Thanks for joining me today. We're going to talk about how to scale your link building. Link building isn't something you try for a couple of months, put on autopilot and forget about. There needs to be a consistent purpose in order to enjoy sustainable results. More specifically, scalability needs to become a primary focal point. When you first launch a link building strategy for your website, it's easy to see progress. Each step feels like you're taking a giant leap towards something exciting and opportunistic. You go from 0 backlinks to 10 backlinks, all the way up to 100. Your efforts are being rewarded and the data is there to support your expensive and time-consuming investment. Then, rather suddenly, it all slows down. It's not that you're moving in the wrong direction, but just that you're not making any significant gains. You've kind of plateaued. At some point, every business finds itself, in a link building rut where the underlying strategy becomes stale, repetitive and low returning. Nothing seems to work and the excitement of progress wears thin. The competition, could be surpassing you, and all of those little techniques you were using so successfully 6 months ago, are no longer seeming to provide much of a jolt. Listen, we've all been there. Every business, finds itself in a marketing rut from time to time. And if you're truly invested in link building as a strategy, which is still one of those core, signals that Google's algorithm looks for, if you're truly invested, you'll reach a point where you feel like you're treading water. So, the first step is to recognize that this is where you are. That's great. The second step is to create scalable systems and structures that help you break out of that rut. And, let's talk about 5 ways to scale up your strategy. Scalable link building is a sexy term that rolls off the tongue and instantly makes you sound smart. But what does it mean? Most people have an incorrect view of what scalable link building is. The majority of businesses and marketers try to find a way to transform, link building into a process and scale the production of that product. But this almost always leads to something gimmicky and unsustainable. Obviously, back in the old days, automated directories, link networks, comment and forum spam, purchase of sidebar links, automated social bookmarking. While there's a time and a place for trying new things, the truth is that the staples of link building have remained relatively consistent over the years and will continue to be predictable in the foreseeable future. If you're failing at scaling, different link building products, then, perhaps you need to be scaling your link building processes. A good goal here would probably be to identify the biggest pain points in your current manual link building processes and look for ways to improve and streamline wherever possible. If nothing else, you should be on the lookout for opportunities to spend your time and creative energy more wisely. For some brands, perhaps yours included, this looks like this. Number 1, create more linkable assets. Content is the foundation of any good link building campaign. This sounds rather, SEO 101 and duh, but it is, but it's amazing how many brands take shortcuts and try to invest in link building without first establishing, an inventory of quality content. In order to generate links, you need linkable assets, things that provide value, that answer questions. Every brand's linkable assets will look different, but, there are certain elements and characteristics that define this type of content. One, content should be evergreen and timeless, so it continues to provide value long after that initial publication. Content should be relevant to your target market. Linkable assets should be visually pleasing. Written content still works, but it should be formatted and supplemented in a way that appeals to your visual thinkers as well. The more sticky linkable assets you have, and sticky means the longer they stay on your page, the far greater your chances are generating backlinks over time. Try as you might, there simply is no replacement for having quality content on your site. Number 2, establish a link building team. Link building is sweat plus creativity. I think Matt Cutt said back in the day. When link building efforts go stale, it typically has something to do with the people running the campaign. Generally speaking, they may lack the expertise to take this strategy to the next level and tire of doing the same old repetitive tasks with minimal understanding of the why behind it. To scale up your efforts, you need a team of people who are highly skilled and trained at crafting content, finding and securing link building opportunities, monitoring the progress of that, and then, doing technical SEO work for on-site. Some of these people may work directly for you. Others may need to be outsourced to companies like us. Number 3, research the mess out of your competition. It's good to be focused on your brand, but definitely be wary of putting on blinders and ignoring the world around you. There's tremendous value in doing marketing research and understanding what your competitors are doing with their link building efforts. There are an array of tools and resources you can use to study the competition, track their backlinks, and build custom profiles on their progress. We use Ahrefs, Scrapebox could be another one, SEMrush, Pitchbox. There's a lot of ways to find out. BuzzSumo, see what your competition is doing. You want to get a better idea of how you can match up with your competition. Number 4, do some rigorous prospecting. You may not be prospecting enough. If your link building strategy is stale and you're finding it challenging to scale up, you're not doing enough outreach to potential link building partners. Rigorous prospecting will help you find opportunities. You'll miss way more than you hit, but man, that's fine. Quality outreach with a large quantity of prospects will ultimately yield a positive return. Number 5, is build powerful relationships. So many marketers and SEO experts try to build a scalable link building service campaign in a silo. They try to game the system and figure out ways to squeeze in a link here or hack an opportunity there. And while there's something to be said for hustling, I love it. Nothing replaces relationships with other humans. In order to truly establish a scalable, link building campaign, you need to build powerful relationships with bloggers, webmasters, marketers, business owners, and social media influencers. It's important in this digital age. Professional networking is still alive and well. It's just kind of changed a little bit. You don't need to be face to face. When you have a relationship with someone that goes beyond the surface level, you'll find that your requests for backlinks and brand mentions are a lot more effective. Relationships breed trust, so make sure you're prioritizing them. And to wrap this up, there's nothing fun about being in a marketing rut. Link building takes time, energy, and money. To see it flatline before your eyes is nothing short of gut-wrenching, but you won't be stuck forever. By focusing on the implementation of scalable link building processes, you can create a system that grows with your business over time. At SEO.co, we'd love to come alongside you and assist you in putting together a strategic link building vision that elevates your brand. If you're interested in learning more, about our industry leading white hat link building services, or if you're an agency looking to partner on white label SEO, stop on by SEO.co and schedule a time for a free consultation. Learn how we can help you scale your ability to outright and outrank your competition.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.